Hey everybody, it's Bob here. Today going to put a K&N, I think what do they call this? Charge pipe. This runs from the intercooler up to the intake of the engine. Yeah, this will be a fun project. Well, it won't be too bad. I was a little, I don't know, worked up over this. I've opened up the bag, laid out the parts that it came with, missing one washer, and I don't know what the story is with this nut. This nut is actually supposed to be a nylock nut, and as you can see, that is not going to happen. Thankfully, I do have a stainless steel washer that I can throw into the mix. And I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going to come up, because I'm sure that's metric, which that's always fun, right? Because this bolt right here is a metric Allen wrench, but this plug that goes in, let's see, right there, is a standard inches Allen wrench. Anyway, whatever. So yeah, here we are. I haven't been able to find a lot online about the install of this thing, so I am going to do a fairly detailed, help anybody out that might be looking at this. This right here is where it's going to go, and I should have grabbed my flashlight. It's over here somewhere. All right. And it runs the other end of that pipe is right. Well, it ain't gonna focus for me, is it? Well, it's right there where that, yeah, you can't hardly see it. Anyway, so it runs down into the mix. And I had thought seriously about trying to fish this thing out of there without removing anything. The more I looked at it, I realized, okay, so once I break this loose and have to pull this back to get it out of that connection, there's no room back here to work with. So this piece running from the turbo down, it eventually goes down to the intercooler. I have to take it loose here, take these parts, take that loose, take that loose. There's another bolt over here. Take it loose right here, take that loose, take it loose here. I have to remove this pipe. Once that's out of the way, this intake pipe from the K&N intake that I put in from here over to, you can just barely see it, that's got to come out and be gotten out of the way. Like I said, I was going to try to do it the hard way, but I realized I'd just get frustrated and end up having to do all this crap anyway. So I'll be updating this video in stages, because I'm not going to try to hold the camera and be unbolting stuff. Any points of interest that I feel like I need to stop and add to the video, I will. Yeah, this is I'm on my second pot of coffee, so I think I'm pretty good to go. All right. Okay, that was the first part was pretty painless. Just take a quick note on these little connections here. This little ear, there's one on each side. You pop it up, slide that out, and this guy just pulls straight out. Easy peasy. Had to disconnect this wire from that. Had to disconnect this hose from the intake. This bolt, this bolt, this bolt. You've got another one of those little slide out wire fittings. Again, you slide it out, and what I did was I slide it out and I pushed it down a little bit so it's out of the grooves. Pulled right out. And then of course a standard hose coupling here. So easy peasy, we're out and proceeding. Okay, so as I mentioned, this part was pretty easy. Break this hose coupling loose. This hose coupling hiding down here, break that loose. There was one bolt going through this to right here. I just basically lifted it up and out. So that wasn't any big deal, no issues there. And now we can start to see where this thing goes. Yeah, it doesn't want to focus for me, does it? Anyway, that's the connection right there. The hose connection going down to the intercooler. Yeah. And there is, let's see if I can, I don't know if you can see it right, if I can get it to focus. Right? Nope. There it is. And if I get it to focus, see that bolt right there? That's a clamp holding the pipe in place. So that'll be a fun one to get to. The rest of it doesn't look too bad. Got to pop this off. This has got one of those fancy clips on it. You got to pop out. This comes off. Of course, that'll come off eventually. Easy, regular old worm screw here. Break that loose. So, all right, we'll be back. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Broke it loose. It's broke loose down there. Pull it out. Going to have to take this guy off here in a minute. Just set it over here. I just wanted to let you know what to expect. So that bracket that's down there that we can't hardly see actually has a nut on the back side of the bolt. Not real easy to get to, but yeah, I got to it. Let's see, the nut is a 10 millimeter and the bolt is, what was it, shit, I can't read, 7 millimeter. So anyway, something for you to expect along the way. Also, getting this little guy off. I'm sure that they have tool XQ953 or whatever the hell it might be to get that thing off. I basically got my fingernail underneath there and used the screwdriver to push the little tabs out, and it slides out like that, so this pulls out. Just a note, some of these attachments are weird. This is going to come off here in a minute. Well, it's stuck, but it'll get replaced by this piece right here. So this is supposed to be pretty straightforward. Just take the screw out, this thing pulls out, it will go in the new tube right here. We also have to put this guy in here, and the little pipe plug will go in here. As I understand it, this hole is available if you want to have a gauge inside your vehicle. Personally, I don't see any reason to have one. You know, you can scroll through the menu on your Bronco and see whatever boost you're getting. But you know, some people like that, and that's fine. I know years ago on one of my old 72 Ford F-250s, I had a vacuum gauge. So if I really wanted to, I could try to economize on my mileage, because I think that truck got like 10 miles to the gallon. Loaded or empty, it didn't matter. Anyway, moving along, I'm going to swap these parts over and put the plug and the stuff together and get ready to start reinstalling. So far, it's been straightforward. Nothing highly technical. I haven't seen anything that would take any high level of mechanical skill to do so far. So anyway, again, moving on. Okay, got that swapped over, got the plug put in, got this put on. One note I noticed when I was putting this in, you want to make sure that you push this all the way down before you start tightening that up. I noticed if you don't have it all the way down, this will start pulling it off to the side, and I was kind of thinking, you know, that would be real easy for somebody to break that thing. So again, when you put that in its hole, get it pushed all the way down before you tighten this screw up. That's just a note, a word to the wise, I guess you'd call it. Next thing I got to do is take this guy. You see on the diagram, it goes down here on the lower, and you got to put this on the truck first. Let's see if we can get a shot of where it's going to go. I'm going to put the phone down here and see if we can see. Yeah, it's going to go right there. You put that on first. Of course, that's where the end of the pipe is going to connect into that hose there. So I'm going to get that done. I've already put the new piece of flexible pipe. How about that? Already put that on there, so ready to go. Put her back together. Okay, I got that sucker in there, and that hose, getting it onto that hose down there was a pain in the butt. Anyway, it takes some finagling, takes some doing, but yeah, that there, right there. Then of course, after I got it on, I slipped it onto this one, and then I don't know if, let's see what we can see. There it is. Yep. And you can see that there's a spacer in there. So that's all tightened up, sitting there good. Yeah. All right, continuing on. Okay, y'all remember earlier I said that they included the wrong nut for this bolt. That bolt goes right here, and I'll show you where that goes, along with these two washers. It's a rubber washer. There's supposed to be a bolt, fender washer, rubber washer, fender washer, and the nut. So I didn't see any reason why I couldn't just reinstall it exactly the way it was. I popped this guy that was right here. That's what the that's what the bolt was going through right there. I just popped it right onto that. It ain't going to go nowhere once the bolt's through it. This piece is going to drop in right on top of it. The bolt's going to go through and screw in just like the original. So I just wanted to update you guys, and actually I think that's better, easier, because you don't have to deal with a nut. You just run the bolt in and you're done. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this piece put in, and I'll update you some more. Well, I was moving along happy as a clam, and then I discovered this piece right here on this pipe has to go under this tab instead of on top. So in order to do that, I actually had to pop this off out of the way, lay it up here on top, and I had to snake it in, put it into that pipe back here, and then yeah, had a good time getting that hose clamp on there. So the bolt will be coming up from the bottom. I flipped this guy over, and that's where we're at. But after I put it in, I said, well, you know, that sucker's sitting up awful high. And I got to doing some studying and found out it's sitting high because it's got to go under this tab. Yeah, one of those jump up and bite you in the butt type deals, but not a big deal. Rectified it, and moving on. Well, okay, everything's back together, I hope. This last piece went in without a hitch. Bolted down here, bolted down here, bolted down here. These just, oops, sorry. These little spring guys just snap back in and it's secure. Same with that one down here, and that's a regular hose clamp there. That popped on there without a hitch. Yeah, we're in pretty good shape. Turn the stereo off and let's start it up. See if it sounds any different. I doubt that it sounds any different, but actually it sounds, I don't know, smoother. I don't know if you can hear that. Oh, shut up. Anybody else annoyed by that double beep? Well, seems to be running fine. So, anybody putting that in, I hope that video helps you guys. Like I said, I wasn't able to find any videos existing online about this project. Anything worth watching. This is for the 2.7 liter. You know, I imagine they probably have one for the smaller engine, but I have no idea if they do or not. It's probably not as big a pain in the ass to install, but anyway. Comments, like it or hate it. Following is always appreciated. And questions, I'll answer them the best I can. Y'all take it easy out there.